Go from the south to the booth, make it all back in one loop. Give me the loot.
Hey guys, so welcome back to another video. So I'm posting this video. I have another one, a makeup tutorial, that'll also be coming out this week, but I kind of want to explain really quickly what this video is. So I love listening to horror stories on my free time, and I know it might sound weird, but it just really interests me. And so I decided to make this video, and I hope that you really like it and you get into it too. It's 3 home invasion stories. And so please like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on your little bell notification so you get notified. Bye! I go and walk my dog around my house pretty late at night, 12 a.m. to 1 a.m. Maybe not the safest thing, but I live in the woods and away from people. Anyways, I start walking downstairs and notice my sister's door is open and the light is on. It struck me as odd considering she moved out 6 years ago, and nobody ever goes in there. I walk in and turn the lights off and close the door, and I see a man trying to hide behind the closet door. It's broken, filled with boxes, so there was no real way he could hide from me. I act like I didn't see him, and I went and grabbed my shotgun from in the other room. Went back in and told him not to move or I'd freaking kill him. He jumped out from the closet and took off running as fast as he could, right past me into the garage and out into the woods. I could have shot him, but I didn't. I saw his face. A few days earlier, he knocked on my door claiming to know my neighbor and said he was looking for a copper to sell, asking if I knew or had any other old copper he could have. I gave him a few old car batteries I had, and that was that. He said he had 2 daughters and he was trying to take care of. I didn't call the cops, but that's the extent of my mercy. If he came back the next night, he was dead. In college, I had these neighbors upstairs that were a gay couple. One night, we were all coming back drunk from the bar. They went upstairs to their apartment and I went to mine. Moments later, after walking in, I hear them upstairs screaming bloody murder. I see a guy in a jumpsuit running up by my window, and I duck in the closet and called the cops. Eventually, they walked in and saw a guy with a knife in his hands going through their shit. He must have just got there as he hadn't found anything to steal yet. When my neighbors screamed, they told me the intruder got spooked, screamed, and ran out of the apartment, scared shitless. When the cops showed up to investigate, my neighbors got several positions changed, weed, and the younger one got an uncarriage drinking charge. I felt pretty terrible, but I didn't know what was going on. This didn't happen to me, but it did happen to one of my family friends. I'll call him Jake. Jake went away to Thailand for a few weeks, the whole family including him, his brother, his brother's girlfriend, and his parents. Jake was in university at the time and had some assessments he had to finish, so he returned earlier than the rest of his family went. When he got there, one of his cars was missing, and the house was turned inside out. They had opened all the vents, turned over all the furniture and rugs, emptied anything they could have had inside, like drawers, pots, boxes. All the valuables were gone. Jewelry, games, electronics, etc. He had called the cops and everyone else came back from their holiday immediately. Turns out his brother's girlfriend had made a post on Facebook about going away. Somehow, someone saw it and decided they would take their car, scope out the place, and spend the next effing days hanging out there and stealing all their stuff. Jake's parents are lawyers, and so they acceded to some kid of record that helped him find out something to be able to find them on Facebook. I don't know lawyer stuff and actually found it. The guy posted a photo of him and his girlfriend. She was wearing a Jake's mother's, one of the kind necklaces they had stolen, the stolen car in the background. The cops said it was Crystal. The neighbors noticed the dudes robbing the place, and one of the days got their rego and chased them away. But still, the police did stuff at all. Turns out the suspects they had were the same ones Jake had found, and they had the criminal records of robbery and assault, whatever else. Yet, nothing was done. I can't remember what happened, with their insurance exactly. I don't think it was covered or anything. And nothing that mentioned all of the effing cleaning they would have to do. It happened when I was around 10 or so at the time. My dad had a job that was pretty far away, so we had to stay at my father's house during the week and only come home on the weekends. So it was just my mom and brother and me, and we were getting home around 4 p.m. that day. She was a substitute teacher at one of the schools bringing us home. Now, we lived out in the middle of nowhere, and the crime wasn't something we ever thought about, so my parents never locked the doors into the house. This made breaking in quite easy for a burglar. We arrived home that day. The house was a mess, and many things of valuable TV, VCR, etc. had been taken. My mom also used a metal cash box, was a box to store all of her coupons, and apparently they thought it was actually had cash and had pried it open, which it was weird because she didn't even lock it. The cops took freaking forever to get there, like 3 hours, which is, in hindsight, is kind of bullshit, because I guarantee you they had nothing else going on. Anyways, because of this event and my dad being away, my mom and I are always super scared. The police even said they might return, as we have an easy target, which did not make things any easier. I slept in her bed for the few days, as it made me feel safer. That event forever changed how safe I feel. Ever since then, I make sure my doors are always locked, and this is true for both my car and my house. It made me much less trusting in general. That feeling has never gone away. You feel violent